Shalom, family. Shalom, everybody. I'm not going to keep you long. I was just looking at some of the responses to the Donald Trump video that I put out, and I'm just amazed at how many of our people it's almost like everybody got a bout of amnesia about Donald Trump and the things he said when he was in office pertaining to law enforcement. And see, really, the general consensus in America, as long as we're getting killed and brutalized by law enforcement, or we're getting screwed up, over in the courts, or we're being mistreated in general through the legal system, everything is cool. Everybody stays silent. Nobody's got nothing to say. But the moment something happens to them folks, all of a sudden law enforcement ain't no good. But see, as long as we're getting brutalized, oh, law enforcement is just doing their job. They're just doing their job. Well, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to talk because some of the things that I'm looking at are quite disturbing. And it's almost like some of y'all don't have no memory of Donald Trump and the things that he said when he was in office about law enforcement. He called himself the law and order president. That's what he said. So let me just take you back down memory lane. And you can feel any way you want. Maybe after I get finished telling you this, you'll still love Donald Trump. But in my opinion, it is what it is. You know, why is it just the Black community that deserves to be brutalized and mistreated? But when somebody else is on that same chopping block, now we're supposed to go rally all out in the streets and have some riot over Donald Trump? No. No. All right. So let me share my screen because there I'm gonna try to bring your memory back to some of the things that he did and things that he said. So let's get into it. All right. So all right. If you can see my screen, please give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Okay. Well, I'm getting mostly 1s. Rain Love, you are the only one saying 2, so maybe you should go out and come back in. Okay. All right. First of all, Donald Trump ran as the law and order president. Okay. Y'all remember that, right? Law and order. That's all he kept saying the whole time. Law and order, law and order. And then when he got raided on at Mar-a-Lago, all of a sudden law enforcement was no good. Law enforcement, they raided on him. But see, y'all think about it. We've been getting raided on for centuries. And nobody in this country has ever cared. How many stories have we heard about law enforcement raiding us and they came to the wrong house? Or they raided the wrong house, and on top of raiding the wrong house, they killed people. Okay? But the moment it happens to him, now all of a sudden that same law and order is no good. So, no, I am not done. I am not done. All right. Mm. All right, here's another one. Do y'all remember the time when Donald Trump addressed law enforcement and he told them to rough them up when they arrested people? They were talking about us, okay? Rough them up, bump their head, putting them in the patrol car. Y'all remember all of that? Or am I the only one that remember that? Okay, rough them up, putting them in the patrol car, rough them up a little, rough the suspects up. Oh, see, it's all ha ha, he, ha ha when it's us. But now he is about to get arrested. Now, all of a sudden, the laws are unjust and everything is unfair. But it's amazing how when we say this, we get laughed at and ridiculed or ignored, or we're told, oh no, the system, oh no, oh, let the system work. What system? That's what I want to know. What system do you have? Because America is a very lawless place. But y'all remember that, right? Rough up the suspects, rough them up when you arrest them. Oh no, see, it's all funny. Like I said, when it's us. Oh, it's hilarious. But now he is being subjected to those same laws that he was once propping up. Now, all of a sudden, everything is wrong. Everything's wrong. Here it is. Even made the news. Oh, yeah, yeah, injure the suspects when you arrest them. Yeah, everything's funny now. The same law enforcement is coming for your butt. But the reason why I'm doing this is because when I look in the comment section, nobody is talking about the things that Donald Trump said. But you're all in there, Democrats this and Democrats that and Democrats this. No, these are things that came directly out of Donald Trump's mouth. Everybody's down with law enforcement until law enforcement comes for their butts. Well, Joseph Washington, I'm glad you brought up George Floyd. Do you remember when Trump finally got around to calling Floyd's family, and you remember how, his brother said Trump rushed him off the phone? Trump really didn't wanna make that phone call. He rushed him off the phone call, and he said he couldn't even get a word in edgewise. Trump did all the babbling and then abruptly got off of the call. So he really didn't wanna make that phone call at all. But being that George Floyd blew all up in the press, he kind of probably felt pressured. He had to call the family. Do you remember the black soldier that was killed? And Donald Trump spoke to his wife and said, well, that's part of the job. You getting killed. That's part, all the insensitivity. Everybody just seems to have amnesia about that. Well, Jack Frost, you don't have to be here if no one cared. You obviously cared. You came over here, didn't you? You came over to my live stream, so you obviously cared. Then get the hell up on out of here if you don't care. You came over here. I didn't come to you. You brought your ass here. The hell out of here with that crap. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, So this is what he said. So I guess when Tuesday come, when he gets arrested, maybe they should do the things that he said, rough him up, bump his head on the way in the car. See, you never think about these insensitive things that you say coming back on you. You never think about that. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, we're supposed to give some consideration to Donald Trump? I don't think so. I don't think so. Y'all, my moderators, you have the ability to get rid of these people, and I want you to use that ability too. So anyway, well, Jack Frost, he cares about what I'm saying. That's why he's here. That's why he's here. He's the one gaslighting. Oh, well, nobody cares. Well, people would have to care. They're here. Just like you're here because you care. So anyway, let's move on to another screen. Let's see here. Okay. So this is the recent story. And in all honesty, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump don't really know whether he's going to be arrested on Tuesday or not, but it certainly captured the attention of the internet with him putting that out there. And it's January 6th all over again, getting people all worked up, getting people all upset, taken to the streets in protest. It's just it's all January 6th crap all over again. But I'm not going out there. I didn't go out there for him January 6th, and I'm sure not going out there for him now. When it comes down to law enforcement, let me make myself clear. I'm not supporting people that don't have our back. If you have never had the Black community's back when it comes down to law enforcement, I'm not going to have yours. Plain and simple. I'm not going to waste my time having yours. So, I mean, that's on you. But it is amazing to me, all of you folks that are cheerleading for Donald Trump, if you got in trouble right now, this very second, what do you think Donald Trump is going to do for you? If law enforcement came right now and threw handcuffs on you and took you away, what is Donald Trump going to do for you? In fact, what did Donald Trump do for all of those people that got arrested and fined January 6th? Name one thing Donald Trump did for those people after they got placed on permanent no-fly list. They got arrested. They had to pay fines. What did Donald Trump do for the January 6th people? What did he do? But everybody is supposed to jump up and take to the streets and protest over him. I'm just asking you to just do a little more thinking. You know, I'm just looking at all this Democratic this and Democratic that. Well, what does that got to do with Donald Trump in this situation with Stormy Daniels and the money he paid out? What does that got to do with this? Please just kind of explain that to me because I keep seeing this in the Democrat this and Democrat that. Okay, well, this is about Donald Trump and that money transaction he did with Stormy Daniels. What can you please tie the Democrats and what Donald Trump did with Stormy Daniels? Please tie that together because I guess I'm missing something here. Yeah, but George Floyd reign love happened when Donald Trump was the sitting president. So why aren't you saying those same things when it comes down to Donald Trump? Donald Trump was the sitting president when George Floyd happened. How you doing, LVZ? LVZ, do you want to come on the panel? I'll send you the link. Hold on. Okay, LVZ, I just sent you the panel if you want to come join me on the panel. I mean, I just sent you the link. But and I want you to know every single president, Donald Trump and Biden both said they don't want to defund the police. Donald Trump said that too. He did not believe the police should be defunded. And Joe Biden said the same thing. Now, yeah, and if anything, at least Hunter Biden, look at all the crap Hunter Biden has done. Now, if that was a brother, he would have been locked up. They would have been had him locked up. Yeah, but Rain Love, I'm going to say this to you again. George Floyd happened on Donald Trump's watch. See, you have a very convenient way of blocking out stuff. And see, that's not going to fly with me. Donald Trump was the sitting president when George Floyd was murdered. And I don't see you saying anything about that. He had the same opportunity to do something if he really wanted to. Donald Trump had the same opportunity to defund the police. He had the same opportunity to get rid of qualified immunity. He had the same opportunity when he was the sitting president. So I can't pay attention to what you're writing. The way I see it, Joe Biden and Donald Trump are for the police. And if they're not, then prove that they're not. Prove that Donald Trump was anti police when he was the sitting president. Prove it. Prove it. He could have done something. He could have put pen to paper. Rain Love, you're only seeing it one way. Give me the year that George Floyd was murdered. Who was the sitting president? Donald Trump wanted to send the National Guard out in the streets to attack people that were protesting. No, I'm not going to have amnesia about that. And I don't feel bad for Donald Trump, y'all. I don't feel bad for Donald Trump. I'm not the one. I don't believe in voting for anybody. Fantasy, manga, comic, visionary. I don't believe in voting for anybody. Until they prove they're going to do for us, I don't believe in voting for anyone. None of them are worthy of our vote. None of them are. None of them are. And y'all can vote Democrat for the next 1,000 years and nothing is going to change. You can vote Republican for the next 1,000 years and nothing is going to change for us. Not a thing. There is nobody in Washington, D.C. that is remotely interested in helping us. I don't care who's there now. I don't care who was there when Trump was there. None of them are interested in helping us. None of them are taking up our issues. They are not talking about getting rid of qualified immunity, talking about our reparations. They're not talking about doing anything to these cops that are still out here harming and killing us in the community. What are they doing? What did the Trump administration do? These people aren't doing nothing. None of them are. I can't cheerlead for any one of them. Not unless you can tell me something really significant and life-changing that they have done for us when they sat in office, whether it's Biden or Trump. If you can't think of anything, then I've made my point. I've made my point. No, I won't vote for anybody until I see something significant for our community. If I don't see nothing significant for us, then I'm not gonna vote for either side. So what? And I'm gonna go back to what I asked you before, Rain Love. Tell me, what did Donald Trump do for the Black community when he sat in office? What did he do that made a difference for us? You're not telling me nothing. Obama didn't do crap either. Obama didn't do man, Obama sucked more than the other ones. He had a foundational, if y'all want to call her a foundational black wife, and he did nothing. He did nothing. Obama sat there and watched our people getting killed out in these streets. That's what he did. He sat and watched it and took no action. Thank you, Timber Dan. How do you feel about Marianne Williamson? She's all right. I mean, one thing about her, she at least is about taking a look at reparations. That's the only advantage she really have. Politically, she really is not a politician. But, then again, neither was Donald Trump. Who was the president when George Floyd was lynched out in the street, Rain Love? I mean, you're not making any point. You're not. Donald Trump didn't give us a crime bill either. He didn't do it either. Right. Mike Brown. Yeah. I mean, look, we have seen our people get killed. I mean, it was Dylan Roof that did the killing when Obama was sitting in office. Obama didn't do shit. Rain Love, I don't even vote. If I don't vote, how am I caping for any party? If I was caping for a party, wouldn't I be voting? I don't vote. I don't vote. So how the hell am I caping? I stopped voting when I realized nobody was going to do a thing for us. Well, Jim Crow Joe really can't talk about any of his predecessors because he's really not any better. He's really not better. I mean, in actuality, he's not a better president. He really isn't. But I don't weigh my faith in people like Biden and Trump. I just don't. Because historically, they have never done anything for us. So I don't know why I would put so much faith into these folks when they don't have that kind of track record. Thank you, Yokoba Israel. Ain't no man on earth is my best hope. Exactly. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I don't have any faith in any of them because they have showed us time and time again when they get in office, as soon as they get in office, they don't know who we are until the next election cycle. Then all of a sudden, they're worried about whether they're going to get the black vote. That's the only time you'll hear about our community, the black vote, the black vote, the black vote. But anything else, they don't deal with us. They don't talk about us. They'll talk about immigrants over talking about us. And they're not even citizens here. Yeah, well, the Christopher Clipper, the system is going to continue to fall apart because the foundation is built on a bunch of lies. America has never had a strong foundation. Everything about this place is all built on lies. You can't build no foundation on lies. You can't. LVC, I sent you the link if you want to come on the panel. I don't know if you got it. Right, Reggie, Indiana 76, you said Biden got elected and immediately turned away from black people. He didn't even hide it. You're right, but you know what? They all do that. They all do that. If you remember, Obama did that too. They all do it. How you doing, LVZ?
I'm good. Good morning, family. Good morning. How y'all doing?
All right, you sound a little faint.
Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, I was cutting in real quick this morning because I've been screaming about this for a while. People have been saying, "God damn it, I see now."
Okay. Maybe he's having some issues. All right. So anyway, a lot more immigrants and illegals are conservative than the Democrat. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I'll give you that one. That is true. Lady Butterfly 25. LVZ, are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm back now.
Okay,
I
go
was gonna
ahead.
say, I I hate that people like to conflate arguments. Like, okay, we're yes, we know Biden is a white supremacist. We understand that. We're not saying that he's not, but Donald Trump is too.
Mhm.
And for you people who say, "Well, what laws did he put in place?" Well, that's really asinine because you don't have to put any laws in place to subjugate our people. They're already there. All you have to do is enforce certain ones and don't enforce other ones, and you can have the same inequality that Joe Biden wanted and everybody else wanted. Donald Trump ain't no different from no other peckerwood, and we need to stop this foolishness.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. You know,
Okay.
but you know how it is on on these social media platforms. If you say something about Donald Trump, then you're for Joe Biden. If you say something about Joe Biden, then you are a leftist. I've been on a leftist. I don't like none of these dudes. I can't relate to them. And they have never done, I don't care which one is in office, you can't tell me one big thing that either one have done that changed our lives or made our lives better. And that's the
Exactly.
bottom line. You can't tell me one thing that they've done that made our lives better.
Exactly. We acting like Breonna Taylor and all that didn't happen when he was president.
Mhm.
We keep acting. We act like his DOJ was actually going after people. They weren't.
And you know, Bob Barr, his back then his attorney general didn't even like black people. Okay. He made it very
Exactly.
clear when he spoke about law. Remember, he used to talk about law enforcement and we need to cooperate. That was coming from um, Trump's attorney general.
Remember, first it was Jeff Sessions.
Yes. And you know what Jeff Sessions was like.
So yeah, that man. Well, look, after Lisa did his whole bio, you find out that man had links to Ku Klux Klan too.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we need to stop with this fallacy that one peck of wood is better than the other one. I've always taught y'all a cracker is a cracker is a cracker is a peck of wood. This is true for all things.
Yeah, so I guess if you have sympathy for Donald Trump, then go right ahead and have it, but I'm sorry, I can't have the back of anybody that never had our back, and that's the bottom
Exactly.
line. That's where I stand on this whole issue. If you stand in another position and you believe that there is some good qualities there, then you have the right to see that. I don't see it, but if you wanna see it, then go right ahead.
Right.
Well, see, Rain Love, you don't realize you're contradicting yourself. You're saying, I've been out of work since the jab mandate. The jab mandate came out when Donald Trump was president.
Actually, yes.
That came out when Donald Trump was the president. That study came out. That shot came out when Donald Trump was the
Was the
president.
president.
So I mean, your post is all kinds of contradictions. I've been out of work since the jab mandate because Biden wanted the country to take the shot. I was affected by the votes when I didn't even vote in 2020. The jab scene came out on Donald Trump's watch. Those mandates came out when Donald Trump was president. If you remember, there were a lot of people in an uproar when Donald Trump was still president because jobs were telling them it was mandatory to
Yep.
take the jab. That was
Exactly.
happening when Donald Trump was in office. See, now you are contradicting yourself.
Hold up, nah, Lisa. But she doing it even worse than she imagined. Donald Trump took the shot and
Yes, he
even
did.
recommended people to take it. So stop acting like he was your savior. Stop watching half of Fox News and thinking you're getting half of the news. I understand. I like Tariq Nasheed too, but he do be wrong when he say that dumb shit like, what has Donald Trump did? What policies has he enacted to harm us? You don't have to enact any policies when they're already there.
The mandate started in on Donald Trump's watch. You can go back and look at the videos of people refusing to get the jab scene when their jobs were telling them it was mandatory. All of that started on Donald Trump's watch. I don't have amnesia about that. I remember. I remember.
You said you don't watch
I
TV?
did.
Well, there
It's
you
not
go,
on TV,
Rain.
it's on social media. You can
I'm,
pull up the social media videos. It's not on TV.
no, I'm saying maybe she's saying she didn't see it on TV, but it was on social
It was.
media too.
It
It
was.
was.
And it's on
It
social
seriously was.
media too.
I mean, and then part of that is your job too. They wasn't letting people back without the shot. A lot of your jobs
Right.
was
Your
doing that.
job made that decision.
Yeah,
I mean, your job
and
made
you
that
made the
decision.
decision not to, and I understand that that's your decision. But at the end of the day, remember, Rain, sweetheart, you made that decision.
And you remember in the beginning, Donald Trump was against it, but then he turned around and got that thing. He got it
Yeah,
himself. Yeah, I mean, I never did, and I never will. We all have the right to make our own decisions
own
about that.
decisions, exactly. Now me, I now me, I done been in the military. I done got plenty of shots. That shit don't bother me. I don't really worry about that shit. I went on and took the shit because I need my money. I ain't letting nothing get in the way of me making progress. I ain't worried about dying because guess what? I'm gonna die. It's just gonna happen. So I'm gonna die. So for right now, I'm gonna do what I need to do what I need to do. That's my personal opinion. Y'all got your own, fine. But after you make your decision, you can't start complaining about it or feeling a certain way about it. You made that conscious decision.
And thank you, Samantha, for becoming a channel member. Thank you. Well, Rain Love, yeah, the mandate was already there when Biden took office. So, yeah, it would be Biden's mandate if you had to get swabbed and he was the president. But that mandate started back when Donald Trump was the president. And you can look on the stories. There were nurses, there were law enforcement, there were all kinds of people in different professions that were threatened to lose their jobs if they didn't get it. And that did not start with Biden.
Well, look, I'm not about to get all into back and forth about that because that's pointless. What it's about is that Donald Trump ain't no better. than Joe Biden. That's it.
Mhm.
You might nitpick and find one thing that Biden did that you don't like that Trump didn't do, but in the end all be all, when it comes to us as a people, they the same people, man.
Yes,
They
they
the
are.
same damn people.
They both
People
didn't
like
feel
the
we need reparations, that's for sure.
exactly
That's one
people like
thing
the
they both that's one thing they'll all come both sides will come together to go against that.
oh, and a crime bill against us. Because for everybody who was talking about, well, Donald Trump didn't do the crime bill, but he proudly says that his money went behind it with Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and Joe Biden. He put money into their campaign when they was running on that. So he has no problem with criminalizing your ass either.
Right. Mhm. Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, it was a lot of companies that were letting people go. Yeah, it sure was. Yeah, that's why a lot of people in healthcare left. And they had they were already short on nurses prior to
Hmm.
all this stuff happening, but it got amplified because many of them did not want it. It got it blew it actually it blew up during that time. Oh man. Does it really matter? I mean, y'all are Biden started the mandate.
Well, people
Oh,
still polarize. Look, people still believe that everybody who takes the shot died in 2 years, even though I'm walking around and doing videos
I
every
know.
fucking day.
You
So,
know what? Half of my family on my mom's side got that shot, and everybody seems to be okay so far.
right, but everybody, no, but everybody see, people still stuck on this. 27 million people died from more people died from that. Man, I love y'all in this chat room, but I'm gonna tell the truth. A lot of y'all like to listen to white people just as much as y'all do, man. So I'm just saying, let's not fold the whole premise of this whole video is not about the vaccine mandate or none of that. It's about why are we acting like we got amnesia with Donald Trump? He's the same guy he's always been.
Yeah. Just like in the beginning, I had to get rid of that one troll talking about you're gaslighting. I don't have to gaslight when it comes down to Donald Trump. It is what it is. I don't know why we got to gaslight over any president that does nothing for us. Gaslight what?
Right.
Exactly.
I'm about to say, how is he different from any other president? He did nothing for us and was proud about it, just like Barack Obama, just like George
Yeah.
Bush, just like Ronald Reagan. I ain't doing nothing for them niggas, and you can't make me. And that's what he did.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, the only time he halfway talked about us is when the vote. He it said I forgot what percentage of black votes went to Donald Trump. Donald Trump really didn't talk about us a lot. He really
right?
didn't when he was in office. He didn't talk about us a lot. Joe Biden don't talk about us a lot either, except for when he
And
realized he's in trouble with the black vote. Other than that, on any given day, he don't talk about us.
Rain Love, who the fuck is talking about vote for Democrats or
We're
Republicans?
not talking about voting.
Yeah, I was about to say
I don't think you should be voting for anybody.
anybody, exactly. Yeah, we've been saying that for years. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, sis, thanks for having me on. I'm
Oh,
gonna
you're
go ahead and
welcome. Y
and get it in. Hit me up later on if you're going on later on.
well, if I go on, we'll see what happens on Tuesday if anything really happens with Donald Trump, which I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm not 100% confident that something's gonna happen on Tuesday
yeah,
because of the way he put this out here.
and that's what I think. I ain't never seen them prosecute no white man in a position of power. They talk about it all the time and do nothing.
Mhm. Mhm. So, I mean, we shall see, but I'm not willing to fully jump on the bandwagon that he's gonna be arrested. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But we shall see.
Yeah,
But
we
anyway,
shall.
but
Definitely.
but definitely love you, sis. Love y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all a little later, man. Shalom, family.
Alone. So, everybody, that's all I wanted to say. So, look, at the end of the day, you're all grown-ups and you can do whatever you want. If you think there's some benefit in supporting and Donald Trump and you want to stand by him, then you do so. Stand by your man, right? But I'm not going to stand by people that don't support us, don't do for us. And when they get in office, they just largely ignore us. I'm not supporting people like that. So, on that note, I'm going to get off of here and y'all please have a blessed day. And if something should happen on Tuesday, like I said, I am having my doubts, but if something is to jump off on Tuesday, we'll come back together and we'll discuss that. Shalom, family.